Hello, visionary entrepreneurs, life changers. How are you? Welcome back to our Momentum Monday. Today is our episode 152. We're live inside of our Abundant Entrepreneurs Facebook group, and this is our community where we are lifting our visionary entrepreneurs like you to stand up and also stand out to become this impactful leader, especially that you are called to serve to transform many other people's lives. Today, our topic is about, are you embracing your I.C.E, actually abbreviation. You may be wondering, what is I.C.E, right? Curious. A little bit background story. This past weekend, it's a very full impacted weekend. We can call it like a college weekend. And because my son, my older kids, my son, this year is his time to get into. He finished his college application, and now this season, we would say this spring season, is really for colleges open houses, right? For those admitted students. So this weekend, Saturday, we went to New Jersey, Rutgers University, and that's a place I got my executive MBA. So I would like to bring him to visit our school. On this open house, it's a very nice in New Brunswick, New Jersey, very nice campus, and especially very. He was admitted for the business school, and a beautiful modern new building for the past 10 years. That's maybe the only one outstanding building in the whole campus. And actually, Rutgers was founded 1766. Quite old school, right? It's a rich history for over 258 years. We just calculated that. We said, oh wow, this school really had a history. But the campus looks like quite modern, quite like new age. You can barely see any old building. I did not see, for example, church. I did not see like 200 houses from any like buildings from 200 over 200 years old. Maybe they just rebuild everything. It's like at a suburb area, and so it looks like quite new. I was trying to say, oh, where is the like the history, right? That's a little bit pity for that part. But another side is great to see. It's like this school is quite into innovation. I'm glad that they are actually recognized for their innovation. For I know it's like for U.S. news and niches, they all those kind of a third party evaluation kind of organizations. They have this kind of a specific uh, ranking for innovation. So Rutgers was quite good one of it. And so during the open house, we had all this kind of like information session, right? Meet faculties, meet students, meet all these different organizations, and also career services. But one of all those kind of like information sessions, I think the most impressive one, actually, both me and my son still remember today, right after 2 days, we still remember, and quite impressive, is that it's not really like a mock class, it's but like more like a systematic introduction, like a 1 hour course by um, Professor Patel. His first name Mukesh. I don't know how to pronounce his name, Mukesh or Mukesh Patel. He's quite a great professor, I would say. He has been leading this specific course, actually called I.C.E, this kind of project and course for the past 10 years. And I think maybe Rutgers' reputation for on the innovation part is really due to this course. And actually, it's quite impressive because this professor was sponsored by this university to do the almost like international tours. That's a wonderful job, right? International tours to visit the other well-known universities and organizations to really learn about. Now that's a secret for the I.C.E. What means I.C.E? I means innovation, C means creativity, E means entrepreneurship. Innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship. Wonderful, right? Also, because initially I saw this on their schedules. It's also, oh, this is super interesting. When after I read, initially I saw the eyes, I saw this some like a scientific course, right? So I ignored it. But later, after I read the description, it's why it's about uh, innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship. That's one of my favorite topics. I need to go. So I brought my son to listen to it the whole session. And my son even volunteered Like he did not really want to volunteer, but anyway, he was picked by the professor and get to the in the front. So I will show you one picture. I took a few pictures. Here I want to show you one picture. The doctor. That's when he picked my son up. He asked people to raise hands. He reluctant. At my encouragement, right? My son reluctantly raised his hand, but he did not expect the professor will call him to the front, like to the front to like a demo, well, or to show this kind of a concept or philosophy about this topic he's teaching about. He was talking about the comfort zone. Maybe many of you already seen this picture. I want to show you quickly the comfort zone. So it's like a majority of us staying in our comfort zone, right? So that inner very small circle, you can see this side, a very small circle is our comfort zone. Feel safe and in control, right? And then the outside, a little bit outside, there are totally four circles, right? The outside of the comfort zone is fear. When people ask you to get out of your comfort zone, sometimes you feel like, oh, it's uncertain. Majority of the time it's like a fear, right? We fear about to lose our comfort zone and get into something uncertain and unclear to us, new area. And for example, it's a lack of self-confidence and find excuses, people's response, right, for the needs or for the challenge to get out of a comfort zone to go to the fear zone, and or be affected by others' opinion. And it's exactly where he asked people to raise hands to share about their fears, right? Different students shared their fears. Some of fearing about, let's say, embarrassment and other people's judgment, and what other fears. He said, oh, okay, fear of height does not count. Those biological fears, right, does not really count as fear. Majority like fears is really like you mentally blocked you. I feel like, oh, I do not want to get into that zone, right? For example, when my son raised his hand, it's because the doctor or the professor asked who is fear of public speaking. So my son reluctantly raised his hand, and he was picked up to go to the front, and he had to go. So the doctor, the professor asked him, of course he's also a doctor by the way, and he asked him, what's your why you are afraid of public speaking, right? And my son said, because I because of other people's, I'm afraid of other people's judgment, right? That's quite like part of this fear zones response, right? Is to be affected by others' opinions. You do not want to fear like other people judge you. You will be like, oh, you're not smart enough. This is similarly, actually, it's not just public speaking. For students in a classroom, if they are not engaged in enough, for example, the teachers ask questions, they may not want to answer because they do not want to be laughed at other people. Uh, if the answer is not quite sure they are right, right? So they do not want to be laughed or be judged like they're not smart enough. And public speaking, similarly, they do not want to judge including like ladies, right? Our ladies in front of a camera, we do not want to be judged by our appearance, our age, our beauty or not, right? Our fitness or not. And um, and many, yeah, it's part of the lack of self-confidence as well. So people always trying to find excuses to try not to get out of a comfort zone to get into the fear zone, right? So many of us, let me see what kind of fear I have. I would honestly say that even though I've become much more brave through my career, right? So many years already through the corporate and also like a coaching, especially for 15 years of coaching. I'm now not afraid of a camera at all. Maybe not at all, but at least I could not operate a fear. I have a fear of like in front of camera, but I'm still fear what? Fear like or for example, get out of my comfort zone to reach out to like other let's say resources beyond my current level. I feel like, wow, I have to go like, for example, I'm based in New York City, right? There are abundance of resources in New York City. I admit that I have not explored enough yet. There are so many resources. I have not get that kind of a, let's say, either courage or would a willingness to get out of my comfort zone, to even like sometimes I would admit that I'm quite lazy, right? It's like it's just I want to stay in my comfort zone. I do not want to spend that super much time, energy, and efforts to get out of my comfort zone to do something I feel like very uncomfortable, right? For example, I know like Simon Sinek is based in New York. There are so many great minds, great people based in New York, great masters as well. But I feel uncomfortable to really reach out to explore opportunities, right? Things like that. So I definitely have my comfort zone. So for my son, just example, get back to him. He's in that. So the professor was inviting him in here and point out why he has that kind of concerns or like fears, right? And then the third zone, get out of your fear zone. The black one, the very dark green one, right? You get into this light yellow one. This is called the learning zone. Learning zone is like a deal with challenges and problem, acquire new skills, extend your comfort zone. So that's like, for example, if you don't know specific area of things you want to learn, right? You attend some course. I remember many years ago, before I started my coaching, I went to the Manhattan Philosophy School. So there I learned philosophy. I don't know where I just got that interest. I want to understand more about who we are, what we are doing here, what's the meaning, what's the point of life, what should we be doing, right? Before I get into coaching. That's definitely my learning zone. And especially now, even now, for example, in our learning, in our entrepreneurship, right? We still need to learn different aspects. For example, how to do better by marketing, how to develop like a greater service or like a products or service, right? Programs. And for example, if I use some systems online now, especially like AI, right? Everybody needs to learn how to use, for example, ChatGPT. You do not want to cheat, like for school students, but for us professionals, you want to use, leverage all these kind of great tools to provide better either like content inspirations and also like services, right? So you want to challenge yourself to get into those learning zone. So that's like get out of your fear zone and then you get into the learning zone, right? To get new skills and to explore what you don't know before and deal with, especially dealing with challenges, whatever challenges and problems we want to solve. And now the next one, even the further one, the growth. The last one is the growth. The growth zone means that you will find purpose, you live your dreams, and you set new goals and conquer objectives. This new level is even more than learning zone. Learning zone is more like acquire knowledge. It's more like how to say learning skills, right? But the growth zone is really about this person. Find what is your purpose, what's the meaning of your life, what's your vision, how like you would like to acquire things, to really how to say align with your purpose, your dreams, and live every day on your dreams. To set up goals, there to set up goals and to get closer, like to accomplish it and get closer to your dreams, right? To reach your dream. So this is more like a purposeful pursuit. This growth zone, right? So I think this map is quite like a great summary to understand. And by the way, the Professor Patel also gave us some examples. Actually, through the 10 years, he did a great job. And for example, one of his students' innovation, we remember very clearly, his students actually get quite a few great awards, like top 10, within the top 10 in nationally and internationally prizes for attending those innovation and entrepreneurship projects. And some of them get even like met by presidents. And he mentioned about one project, for example, scientific students actually created that kind of a simple equipped and that can filter and purify water within 15 minutes. And it's very cheap. I forgot. He mentioned about under 15 or 10 bucks, that kind of equipment, like every family could afford. And they tested, and even he brought the students to India at the students' quest, right? It's quite a great journey. He brought kids to India to test their equipment and found like they because India has a challenge, a big challenge of their dirty water. So they use that equipment and get a very satisfying result. And people were amazed. And I think that's a wonderful experience. And I'm super happy that the school, the university could sponsor the professor and the students to go to so far away, right, to really test their innovation, the products. So that one is already, they've already built up like a company to really produce that kind of a product and to sell. So that's a wonderful example. For us, now I'm thinking about how we entrepreneurs here, right, especially our coaches, consultants, our regional entrepreneurs, how we could embrace this idea, the I.C.E, our eyes, right, to really create things to get out of a comfort zone first. Thinking, always thinking about that kind of a map, right? I hope that can put into your mind. You can always remember that where you are now. Evaluate yourself. Are you still in your comfort zone? Are you like in that little gray spot, or are you now? There are some like requests or some opportunities you need to get out of that little comfort zone to go through that darker fear zone to get into the learning zone and even further into the growth zone, because you want to align with what you are pursuing, your dreams, your purpose, your vision, right? To align your goals, your actions to really accomplish it. So for example, right, for our entrepreneurs, are you challenging yourself, for example, to every week to step up really, to like in my son's words, I asked him what inspirations you get, right, and how would you do anything to really, to like, let's say, to make that inspiration practical. He said, oh, okay, for my in public speaking, I will challenge myself to get out of my comfort zone, to like he said that to put myself out there, to, for example, to attend some events. Initially, he did not want to attend, for example, including the prom event. And initially he said, I did not want that. It's like too big, too noisy, like a big social events, right? I encourage him, but now at least he agreed. He get out of his comfort zone. Also, he said like in the classroom, he would like to challenge himself to like answer questions and to have more engagement or even ask questions, right? So that's a good sign. I say, oh, great, you get the inspiration. You are taking into action. For our entrepreneurs now, for example, are you every week, even every day, challenge yourself, get out of your comfort zone to share your gifts, things things you think you can initially maybe you judge yourself because you are in that, remember, in that comfort zone or even in that failure zone. You would self-judge yourself. So, oh, maybe my what I know doesn't matter. It's like, oh, most people know that, and maybe what I share is not so important, right? So, oh, some other people are better than me, things like that. So now I would challenge you to challenge yourself, get out of that fear zone. First is like, do not judge yourself. Okay, do not, before you realize that you want to judge yourself again, because that's like a pattern, right? It's like they followed us dozens of years. It's very difficult to get rid of it. It's totally normal. Okay, total, it's not your fault. Everybody has our own comfort zone. Okay, own fear zone and comfort zone. Everybody, including those famous and very successful ones. It's just the main difference is like maybe their comfort zone is bigger than ours and their fear zone is smaller than us, maybe, right? So, but everyone still have that similar zones. And for us ourselves to get out of that comfort zone and pass quickly into like through the fear zone, you want to shorten that distance, right? You want like whenever you realize, oh, here again, I want to judge myself. So I want you to do some deep breath and skip that darker like distance and think more about what you, and think in how to say, think backward. Okay, think like a reverse engineering. Think more about what's your purpose, what's your dream, what's your vision, and think from there backward. It's like, oh, from there, what should I do? Instead of thinking like, oh, people will think I'm not good, da, 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 all those kind of excuses, right? You want to skip that excuses fear zone and immediately get into more thinking about, if you focus and do, for example, and previously I introduced in my previous episodes, I introduced my abundance meditation and activation every day, every morning and nighttime, right? Morning I focus more on the visualization, nighttime I focus more on the gratitude. So morning time I would do all this kind of meditation and visualize, align with every day with my dream, my vision, who I am. I do the incantation, like Tony Robbins said, incantation, right? I will speak out when I was still lying on my bed. Before I get off my bed, I will see all these words. The last time I showed all this like four phrases of my manifesto or my incantation from who I am and what I'm here to do, right? What I would fulfill, my vision, everything like that, to give myself all this kind of great affirmation or great incantation to reinforce what I'm called to do. So that's a great habit for you to overcome your fear zone, get out of the comfort zone, directed to that growth zone. Okay. So from the growth zone, after you think about your vision, your dreams, your purpose, and then you will think about what goals you want to set up, right? And what kind of specific steps you want, goals and action plans you want to take to get yourself every day closer to your dream. So that kind of a everyday practice really help, right? And especially for our entrepreneurs, because we are managing business now. Inside of a business, what should we do? Are you, for example, are you super clear about your niche, like who you are helping, what kind of problems you are solving? By the way, thinking from the problem, problem oriented thinking is a great way to embrace your eyes, okay, to embrace your innovation, creativity, and your entrepreneurship. Is really thinking from the practical problems in this world that based on your passion, based on your skill and talents, you could help solve. So that's the best one, right? To think about the problem and think about your niche. Okay, from your niche, how many of you are really like say, um, develop or create your great branding? That branding is standing from not just who you are, but also from who you are created to become, right? Have that visionary branding building. And also, how many of you are really doing every day? It's just like, oh, you created your like say your offer, your irresistible offer, not just a product, not just a program, but some really irresistible offer that could solve people's problems, and also that's so attractive that people could not resist, right? And every day, are you challenging yourself to create great inspirations through your content, to provide values, to inspire people, to empower people, and really get them into action, right? You want to think about from those angles. And are you every day also building up your systems step by step? Your system, including your social media presence, including your, for example, what's your um, like either your website or your marketing funnel systems, right? You want to have a system to support you for long run. I mean, for long run. What I mentioned earlier, those components are more for like your starting points. But for long run, you also want to build up a system to help you, right? To for you to scale, and also you want to build up your partnerships, right? How many of you are really doing that such kind of work to cultivate your great strategic partnerships, like including your mastermind, right? And to like to foster that kind of a relationship, to cooperate with each other, to support each other, to success together and bigger, right? So all those components, and especially last week, by the way, we talked about the energy. Remember the energy, the hidden power. That's also a great component of your big system, your whole business system, right? You're including your life system as well. So how many of you are every day, like I mentioned, abundance meditation activation, everyday practice, morning and nighttime, and also including my reading and learning? How many of you every day are consistently doing that, right? We were talking about like get out of your comfort zone, get out of the box. You want to, let's say, if you, even though you have some routine, you want to challenge yourself, sometimes get out of the routine, but at the same time you want to have that balance, right? Both get out of your box, and also you build up a great routine, great habits that would support your purpose, support your dreams, support your vision and fulfillment. Okay, so that's for our today's topic about, are you embracing your eyes, your innovation, your creativity, and your entrepreneurship? So I would invite you, if you are like, for my those answers for those questions, ask you if your answers are not, either you have not yet started some part, and maybe you ignored some parts, or maybe you are not fully present there, right? Or you are not like how to say, for yourself, you're not challenging yourself enough, and you need more support, coaching support and a team support, right? To hold you not just accountable, but really stretching you to clarify, to fully clarify and own your destiny, own your purpose, your passion, your vision. And you need that kind of an environment to support you as well. And also specific, like a system, step by step, to support you to get where you are meant to fulfill. So I would invite you to attend our Thursday live event, our live masterclass called How to Launch Your Coaching Business, Impactful Coaching Business, and Stand Out as a thought leader. Okay, so welcome to check my, I would add more description and a link into my post, so you would encourage you to join us on this live masterclass so that you could start to get out of your comfort zone and pass through quickly through that fear zone, get into your actual growth zone and also learning zone. Because your learning zone, you want to eventually serve your growth zone, right? And all, whatever skills and knowledge you are learning and challenges you are overcoming, you want to all serve your growth zones more purposeful and serve your dreams, right? And fulfillment. So let's help you to become who you are called to become and to serve more people. All right. And many of you, I know, you have the biggest challenge is how can I generate the impact? How could I attract enough clients every day to serve, right? Almost all the entrepreneurs have these top challenges. And our masterclass is exactly answering that questions to help you how to stand out as a confident expert and thought leader so that you could make a greater impact and you could also attract more ideal clients to serve. All right, so we will see you on our Thursday live event. Welcome back to our next Momentum Monday as well. So we will support each other. Welcome you to join our Abundant Entrepreneurs Facebook group and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Many of you maybe saw this replay from our YouTube channel, Abundance channel, okay? Subscribe to it so you will receive our continuous new episode to get you on your track to really do what you are called to do. And also at the same time, embrace your eyes every day. Okay, get out of your comfort zone and fully align with your growth zone. We'll see you soon. Okay, bye.